So let's concentrate first on getting information, the address from the person who's going to be using our program. Let's set up a function to handle that. So I like to place my functions right at the top of the program, and any program code or constants below it. So I'm going to want to get the address from a user. Now I'm calling it address. It could be postcode, it could be a location such as bus stop or bus station in a particular area. So I'm not going to call it get postcode, but really it's probably going to be a postcode that's going to be used. Now because we're sort of performing some sort of input, all things can go wrong. People can type in nonsense information, or things that are just not going to work. So we're going to check for that. We're going to use a try except block. So we're going to try to get the results from them. So the postcode equals raw underscore input, because we are going to be using textual information, and then inside here we're going to give the user a message. Enter location stroke address or postcode. That should be enough for them to actually enter it in. Now I can't see many areas where this will fail, but just in case it does and they don't type anything in, or they press the F keys or something, we're going to handle the problem when there's nothing to process. So I'm going to put out an error message. Invalid input, cannot recover from error. So if they can't get that right at the very start, then there's nothing that the program can do. So what we're going to do is just exit the program. So I'm going to type sys.exit 0, which just gracefully exits the program with no error message. That's what we're trying to do, is prevent any error message, any big red error messages that normally come up in the Python shell. However, if it's successful and they did enter some details, now I'm not saying that what they entered is correct. I'm asking for a location, address or postcode. They could have just put in blah 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 blah, which is acceptable input, but not necessarily an acceptable postcode. Actually, let's call this address rather than postcode. And we are going to return that address back to the calling program. So now we've got a method for getting a location or postcode from the user. So let's save that and on to the next part.